Change is inevitable. Growth is intentional. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our life lessons videos here at Step Up to Greatness. I, of course, am greatness facilitator Dustin Gruss. This is the place that gets your tips, tricks, life hacks, inspiration, motivation, keys, all to help move you forward towards a life of greatness. Now, I said welcome back because, yes, last week was the first week we did not have a new life lesson video here at Step Up to Greatness, and I apologize for that. However, much like you heard in my opening quote there, change is inevitable, and we had a large change here in the Gruss household. Many of you know that my wife and I are foster parents, and we have had our current placement with us for about 8 months now. Last weekend, his new baby brother came to join us. So that meant 2 babies in the Gruss household. I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's good to be back. So, change is inevitable. Growth is intentional. And that's what I want to talk about today, is that many things in our lives have been changing. And whether it be COVID or new babies, new careers, whatever it may be, change is inevitable. But growth is intentional. So with the restrictions that have been lifted when it comes to COVID-19 and the guidelines still in place, we're finding ourselves in a new normal as we are heading back out into the world, out of quarantine, out of isolation. Just still social distancing, but still being safe, still following guidelines. Now, before COVID happened, many of us had goals for our careers, for our fitness, for our health, and life happened, got in the way. You may be one of those people that put on the quarantine 15 because all you did was stay home and eat. I get you, I feel you. I don't think I put on quite 15, but there's some weight there. But now that some of those things have been lifted, the thing is, how do you get back to being on track? Because you had all these delays, all this wipe out all your progress, or you have new hurdles to work with when it comes to your career, your job, your schooling, whatever it may be. And that change was all inevitable. But the important thing now is that we are intentional with our time. Because you know what? Life is going to happen. We're human. We can't be perfect 100% of the time. And that's okay. It's okay to have things delay us. Was I upset that I didn't get to put out a new video last week? Yeah. But you know what? I have a new blessing in my life, and now I just need to make sure I'm intentional with the other parts of my time. Intentional with my time with my wife and the kids. Intentional in the time I put towards Step Up to Greatness. Intentional about the time I'm able to help you all. So, what I mean by being intentional, why is it so important to be intentional? Imagine you are building a house. And, you know, yes, when you're building a house, you probably have a deadline that you're trying to reach, much like those, you know, Extreme Makeover Home Editions or Property Brothers or whatever they are. They all have deadlines that they're trying to meet. And as we've seen on some of those shows, things happen. Life happens. Things get in the way. They might not be able to get some work done because of weather, because someone gets sick, because they found something they needed to fix first before they're able to do anything else. That's okay. These things happen. But what you'll notice in those shows is that they don't cut corners. They don't do things cheaply to fix those mistakes. They might work a little bit harder, work a little bit longer, but when there's a foundation issue on the house, they make sure they fix it. When there's other structural things with the house, they fix it. If there's something wrong with electricity, they fix it. They're intentional because they are focused on the end goal. And that's what you need to realize, is that there's going to be those days where you're going to find your electricity is off, or the foundation that you're building all your values and everything on is a little shaky. Maybe you are exhausted and you need a day of rest, which is fine. But the days where you put in the work towards your goals, you need to be intentional on those days. Those times you are putting in that work, put in 100%. It's okay to not be on every day, but the days you're on, give it 100%. Those things, those days where you do show up and you do give it your undivided attention, whatever you're working towards, those days of 100% intentionality are going to be so much more meaningful than if you just give 50% every day. You will make up the difference on those days that you lose by giving it your all on those days that you can. So, change is inevitable. Growth is intentional. It's okay to go back and fix your foundation. It's okay to rewire things. It's okay to catch up on sleep. It's okay to spend time with your family. It's more than okay to do that. So make sure you take care of the other things, but when you show up to the things you're trying to do, you are intentional. I will be intentional the rest of this year with these videos. Make sure I get them to you on those Mondays. And we're going to talk about next week how to win the year by being intentional. Not every day, but intentional on the days you show up. So I'm excited for next week's video. It's going to be a great one. I look forward to seeing you all then, and I'll have some more exciting news coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, keep moving forward. Step up to greatness. Peace.